Now, with 100% more audio from the game, it's me, Gigalem, and welcome back to Shovel Knight. And in the last part, we took care of the introduction stage and the beginning of the story. And in this part, let's go straight to the village. Halt! No weapons! We have enough to worry about lately without everyone swinging swords around. Oh, haha, that's no weapon, just the shovel. You may enter. Then don't forget, press up to talk to everyone. I like that pose he does, but one thing I want to point out in this game is actually 3D. There's a whole episode of Boundary Break behind this, and it turns out each of the layers are just rendered like in 3D to do the parallaxing and whatnot. I'm not exactly an expert when it comes to this stuff, but I'll link the Boundary Break episode in the description so you can figure out what's the deal with this. And if you do click that link, tell she says Gigalem sent you here. Halt, traveler! I am but a simple bard, but I have a big problem. I lost all my music sheets. My entire repertoire lays scattered across the land. If you ever find a music sheet, return it to me, and I shall reward you handsomely. Whoa, you have 2 music sheets? Magnificent! I'll take 500 gold for each! Wonderful! Let's see here. Oh, you found Strike the Earth! Ah, ostinato trumpet triplets. Is there for anything you can't render into pure magic? Now, I have this music sheet. I can perform it for you anytime, just as you ask. So, but yeah, you already start off with 7 of the music sheets. Let's see. But yeah. Now, these 2 characters will be coming to play into later. Now, I think one of them you can find health upgrades later into the game, but this one you need to buy magic upgrades from her. We already have almost 6,000 gold, but while we're here, let's just talk to this dancer. And wait, did we not just talk to her? I guess not. But there's another thing we can do here. This here's Mona. I suppose peaceful solitude is too much to ask for. Well, as long as I'm stranded here. Shall we pass the time for a little game? I'll just need 100 gold first. Alright, I'll conjure up some things and you can hit them towards the targets for points, okay? I suck at this game. And, like, this game is basically, you just have to time your shovel, well, your hits. And now, there are a lot of things you can hit with your shovel. Some of them I don't even think to try. Because I always think it's too dangerous to try, and let this be a hint of what you can actually hit in like a later stage. And again, I hate that stage too. 153! Color me impressed. Yeah, I got that on my first try. Yeah, I believe you have to hit like a certain threshold just to get to say like a certain amount. Now these 3 guys, if you can come back to this guy, Chester. Now he will sell your merchandise within certain levels. I think there's like 1 or 2 2 things that you can't get in the, like, in any levels, and I believe that are these two objects right here. Fishing rod, I'm gonna want, as well as the Chaos Spear. Now, if you missed anything from any night level, you can either go back into that level and get the item, or you can just go here and buy it from him. There are achievements for beating the game without any trinkets, and I'm not going to go for that because I'm not that mad. Also, I'm going to want to get one of these. I can't get both of them right now because look at the gold. Hey, Shovel Knight, I know things are tough, but don't throw in the trowel. Boo. There is an achievement for getting for telling all the jokes, but I can't seem to get it. And I've already gotten the achievement for bouncing this thing, but, are you really the Shovel Knight? Prove it by digging up this dirt. What is it made of, obsidian? Wow, incredible! You really are Shovel Knight! Hey, come on. There's a lot to explore in this town. I've already spent like 6 minutes into it. I guess I have to come back here later just to talk to this one lady. Oh, and you can swap trinkets with this. You can't swap to the chalices. If for some reason you have to swap to it with the trinkets menu. But let's get these three out of the way. And actually, we can get the second chalice. So let's just get that and head on to our next location. I'm sorry if the start of this Let's Play is going to be rather short, but I'm just explaining as much as I can. There's a lot you can do in this game. And before anyone asks, no, I'm not doing the challenges. I like this game and all, but there are just some things that hold it back for me. I think this is a damn fine game with a lot of polish, but there are just some things I don't like to go through in general. So let us talk to the Truffle King. Who has awakened me? Mortal, dost thou need a? Dost now need? I sense a Truffle Chalice. I can feel it with my magic eye core. That's pronounced eye core. It's not e core. It's eye core. It's not like to make sense of things. Don't think it's not pronouncing Ike's up special in Smash Brothers. Choose your eye core wisely. Now, this one's the one I always default to, the red one, the eye core of renewal. This is ones that get me out of tough spots. Though, there's nothing wrong with going for boldness or going invincible for 10 seconds. Or Eye-Core Fortune when you really need to get your money back. But, honestly, I'm more so gonna play with the mindset of Mega Man. So I'm just gonna get myself a couple of Eye-Cores of renewal. So, let's just listen to this song. Oh, and this game does a lot of screen shaking, so just be warned. And yes, the Truffle King is basically an amalgamation of a trout and an apple, hence truffle. Oh yeah, yes, you can use the fishing rod here, but he'll scold you for it. But with that done, let's take on our first night of the Order of No Quarter. King Knight. Why do I recommend starting with this? Because when I get the Spectre Knight, it's going to... that's close. Now, if there's one thing this game has an advantage over Mega Man, is that this game is hard, but it's but at the same time it isn't too hard. Like, it's fair. Like, it's fair in its difficulty in certain cases. Though I will say there are some parts that can be a bit too much. And yes, I'll go over it in part 3, because that's where we'll take on Spectre Knight stage. Now, you see those sparkles right there? Use your fishing rod. And as soon as you see the exclamation mark... begin a wild battle! Oh, wait a minute. Wrong fishing rod. But as soon as you see the exclamation mark, fish it up. It can either be a fish that will give you 300 gold, or one of the truffle fish that will give you a free ichor. The ichor is set to each level though, so if you're not going to go for all the ichor, like all different ichors when you go to the Truffle King himself, you're going to get the ichors through the levels. Oy. Okay, there's nothing back there. Now, as your first Order of No Quarter stage, this is a perfect way to start it. Top of that, you also have these guys. Yeah. And they will, like, raise their shield up for when you try to jump onto them. They don't do it all the time, but sometimes it's recommended that you do this. Oh yeah. Wait. And like that. Okay, making sure there's nothing there. Those things can obscure bottomless pits, so... or rather, fake terrain. Oh, and be careful of those. You can stand on them, however. Oh, and like in Mega Man, spikes are insta-kill. So, now we come to our very first secret. If we, do that. This is the only time in the game that has one of those. We just need to jump on these. And just like that, open up a chest. And in comes Chester. In the village or out of the field, I have the deals. Or all of the deals. You're not going to believe what I just found in this chest. You want to see? We get ourselves a flare wand. This is essentially a Mega Buster shot. It's like a charge shot, but you can only fire like 2 of them. And they do require magic. You see that blue meter that has number 30 on it? That's your magic meter. And this is also the part where I die. You wanna know why I die in this section? That boiling pot. That pot just disperses lava, and you need to perfectly time. And if there's one thing that I would go for if I weren't so bad at this, if I were much better at this game, a no-death run. I have never been able to do a no-death run. Oh yeah, some of those things can trick you. Speaking of secret passageways, you could go up there, but you can go this way. Now, I don't know if there's anything else in here, but don't break those blocks you see right there. Those blocks, you need at least 2 of those blocks, or 1 of those blocks to get up there. I didn't know you can actually jump over those in this low of a hallway. Oh well. Now, remember when I say these things can obscure stuff? Well, that's one of those examples of that. And with that done, all we need to do is just have the paths join up again. Now, this is where your next checkpoint would be. And there's not... Now, the paths will join up again, so you can just go down here, avoid this guy. And there's also gems hidden in these. But now to actually get some use of the... Ow! Now, this mini-boss I tend to have trouble with because I can never read those things. Oh, hey! Oh, yeah, and food can... I think food can actually heal your magic. Okay, also, you want to keep at least 2 of these propeller rats alive. Because they lead to a secret area. There's a lot of walls, there's also a lot of pits, and there's a lot of me getting hit. Like that. Of course. Going. Alright. Oh yeah, they can also hide walls. And yes, that is... It's just always have like a hunch for where to dig. Because this game really rewards players for the watchful eye. And of course this guy respawned because NES weirdness. Gotta have that. And let me see, is this another... Oh, no. I think I know what this is. No. Okay, good, I can still make it. Wow. I was worried I wasn't going to be able to make that. Can I make this? No, I cannot. Well, at least it wasn't very much anyway. Now, each stage is like perfectly, like each stage has their perfect length and whatnot. Though, if one stage is going to give you a lot of trouble, it can make the stage seem much longer than it actually is. Because I just remembered one section I have to go through. And it's one section I usually die a lot at as well. See that book? We're not going there yet. Because we have another secret area. And with secret areas, they can either contain trinkets for your arsenal or death. They can contain death. Yes, correct. Fortunately, we are close by. I think this is where using your trinkets are most recommended, because these trinkets have saved my life on certain occasions. Now, for a game that has influence from Mega Man, there will tend to be weapons. But in this game, you don't get weapons from beating knights. You get weapons, well, from Chester, and we already have one of them from Chester. Now, I believe this contains a Truffle fish. Yeah. And because I don't have a spare chalice, I can't remember which one he gives. I can keep hitting the book. Pun intended. I can keep hitting the book to make sure that the duration of the magic blocks stay afloat. And that last section right there, you don't know how nervous I was. But hey, I think we should be heading towards the boss now. Oh, it's this guy. Yeah, if you get too close, the Griffin will indeed extend its claw and scratch you. And here it is, the checkpoint's the boss. An interloper is in our midst! Begone from our throne, knave! I'm no more an intruder than you. You aren't even a real king! Oh, but you're mistaken. The enchantress saw me for my fabulously regal self, and now bow before me. You're not but a decadent dandy. Prepare to taste justice! Shovel justice! Silence! Now, this game is very approachable if you haven't played anything of the Mega Man sort. And yeah, the Orb of Chaos, boundless comboing potential. You can see how easy I can get things done with that. You don't need to worry about weaknesses. On top of which, with the Orb of Chaos, like I just showed, I beat him in less than 10 seconds. Amazing. Now, that's just going to be just your standard Let's Play. It's not going to be any challenge runs or anything. I don't think I'm mad enough to do any challenge runs in that game, because when you want to do challenge runs, well, this game rewards you for doing challenge runs, but they're freaking mad for that. And one thing I did not talk about in the last part, if you were playing this for the first time, the feat you would get for this is only you, just for digging out the fire. Basically, it's a reference to Smokey's only you can prevent forest fires. And of course, we have a mini level. But I believe that should do it for today. Now, I hope you enjoyed today's part, and I'll see you for whenever the next part begins. I am losing my vocabulary. But whatever. Until then, I bid you guys a fair adieu.